everyone back to another exciting episode of Way of Chaos Wrestling. Of course, tonight we still have a lot of matches to get over, but we still have a lot of matches yet to go. We have a number of world title matches, world championship matches, I should say, to continue. And then we also have ourselves a fatal four-way main event where the winner of that match will face the winner of another fatal four-way next week, and those two men will face each other for the Twitch Championship at our first pay-per-view, RCW Breakout. Of course, we're going to start things off here with Lio Rush taking on Dolph Ziggler. Our opening contest. Now first is Lio Rush.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring
Lio Rush
from Washington, D.C., weighing in at 160 pounds, Lio Rush.
Lio Rush, a former Cruiserweight champion in WWE or NXT. And he defeated Ace Austin to get to this point in the World Championship Tournament. It was a great match of clash of styles between those two. But now Lio Rush has to get past the former Twitch champion Dolph Ziggler in order to advance to the World Championship Tournament, and whoever wins this match will face either Dave Mastiff or Eli Drake next week. And then on the other side of the bracket, as we saw earlier, we have Curtis Axel taking on Kevin Owens, and the winner of that match will face Seth Rollins. And then the winner of those two semifinal matches, the winners of those will face each other for the vacant championship in a rounds match at RCW Breakout.
18 pounds, Dolph Ziggler.
Of course, the Women's Championship match is all set for Breakout. It's going to be Jordan Grace taking on Nikki Bella for the vacant Women's Championship. And then we have the Bar taking on the Street Profits for the vacant tag team titles. Dolph Ziggler putting on, or had quite a good run here in our first outing here in Reign of Chaos Wrestling. Again, a former Twitch TV champion. Defeated Bray Wyatt, of all people, to become the Twitch champion. But here we go, a matchup underway here. Dolph Ziggler grounding Lio Rush, which may be a great idea when you're taking on Lio Rush, is to keep him grounded. Of course, Dolph Ziggler, a All-American wrestler from Kent State University. He wears that flag proudly. Now Lio Rush is going head first into the middle rope. Knife edge chopping it, elbow right between the eyes of Lio Rush, and Ziggler just taking it to Lio Rush now. Side suplex from the former Twitch champion. Now Ziggler again in the scarf hold position, just taking it to Lio Rush. Looking for, it looked like a blue thunder bomb, but Rush able to land on his feet. Hurricane Rana to Dolph Ziggler, and what this would do for Lio Rush if he can knock off a former Twitch champion in Dolph Ziggler and proceed to the world title. Suplex there from Lio Rush. A lot of potential in Lio Rush. Now a modified surfboard stretch here from Lio Rush. Again, one of the young blue chippers, as well as Ace Austin is here in Reign of Chaos Wrestling, for them to be a champion at some point in their career. And there's a high dropkick from Dolph Ziggler. I mean, just the height difference between Ziggler and Rush is like, Leo could just be standing on his feet and Ziggler could just hit a dropkick and it would hit him square in the nose. Now Dolph Ziggler taking it to Lio Rush here. Again, another modified stretch. This time to Lio Rush. Stand there and take down, and again working, keeping Lio Rush grounded, which is a great strategy for Dolph Ziggler. But Leo able to get a few knocks into the abdomen of Dolph Ziggler. Duck under, leapfrog from Lio Rush, looking for a dropkick, coming up empty. A running elbow from Dolph Ziggler, the former Twitch champion. Dolph Ziggler did eventually lose the championship in a false count anywhere match to Kevin Owens. I remember that sight specifically. A package pile driver on the outside. Whoa, Lio Rush out of the rope. Wait a minute. Dolph Ziggler just stole a victory from Lio Rush. Leo was grabbing the bottom rope and the ref didn't see it, and now very questionable win from Dolph Ziggler here. That he just stole a victory from Lio Rush. Well, now we know that Dolph Ziggler isn't afraid to get what he wants, as now he has to deal with the winner of our next match, either Dave Mastiff or Eli Drake. I feel bad for Lio Rush. Just wow, that's a hard pill to swallow if you're Lio Rush, that you just were robbed of a match and it's shot at the world title. I think that we might have to take a look at that film later on. That I think Lio Rush is owed a rematch after that, but I don't know. That's up to management to decide, not for me. I'm just the play-by-play commentator. But either way, Lio Rush automatically advances into the Fatal 4-Way that will happen next week between Rhino, Eric Young, Lio Rush, and then either Curtis Axel or Kevin Owens. That depends on after this match for the Twitch TV Championship at Breakout. That match was just getting started between Ziggler and Rush, and just, you hate to see it happen, but I guess, again, as the old saying goes, if the ref doesn't see it,
making his way to the ring,
it's all legal, I guess. But
weighing in at
either way,
322 pounds,
Dave Mastiff defeated Rhino last week to get to this spot. A colossal main event between those two guys. But now Dave Mastiff has to take on Eli Drake, who didn't have it such an easy opening matchup against Bobby Roode in our first match back since we relaunched 3 weeks ago. But the Bomber looking to make an example of Eli Drake, just like he did in Rhino last week. And one of these two guys will face, as you just saw, Dolph Ziggler.
And his opponent from Los Angeles, California, weighing in at 242 pounds, Eli Drake.
Now, if I were Eli Drake, it would be smart if I would not refer to Dave Mastiff as a dummy, because I don't think that would be good for your health if you were Eli Drake. But I'm not Eli Drake, so he can do and say whatever he wants, and he will be the one that will be facing repercussions that any action towards him may happen. So go ahead and do whatever you want, Eli Drake. And I said it in his first match here against Bobby Roode that there's no doubt about it that I believe Eli will be a future champion here in Reign of Chaos Wrestling, but it's only a matter of when. So let's see if he can get it done here against the Bomber in this quarterfinal match for the World Championship at Breakout. Eli Drake immediately grounding the Bomber, at least for the moment, until that leg sweep from Dave Mastiff. And a clothesline right to the back of the neck of the Bomber. Eli Drake, a former Impact champion. And Dave Mastiff still has quite a young career, as does Eli Drake. Dave Mastiff previously was with NXT UK before coming over here to Reign of Chaos Wrestling. Dave Mastiff with a back body drop to Eli Drake, and Mastiff is just, I don't know, he's trying to come up with something here against Eli Drake, but I don't know what benefit that did him, but he got control of Drake, at least for the moment. Now Eli sending Mastiff back inside the ring. Whoa, not even knocking the big man down. DDT from Eli Drake. Now Drake, smart strategy here. Take out the legs of the Bomber. You take out the power of Dave Mastiff. And now I believe that Eli just called Mastiff a dummy. So let's see if that can light a fire here under Dave Mastiff. Into the cover now is Drake, and immediately just a 1 count from Dave Mastiff. Dave Mastiff, a very agile gentleman for a man of his size. He can fly around the ring like a cruiserweight if he wanted to. But Eli Drake is just in firm control of Dave Mastiff here. And Mastiff again forced to be on the outside of the ring. Another DDT from Eli Drake. Right hand block from Mastiff, and now Mastiff trying to get some offense here in this quarterfinal match. And now Drake with a neck breaker to Dave Mastiff. So I think Eli Drake is looking to put this match away sooner rather than later. Drake's got him up with a knee strike and a clothesline to Dave Mastiff, and now Mastiff splashing to the corner. All that weight from Mastiff colliding into Eli Drake, and Drake with immediate 1 count. And he's back up on his feet now. Mastiff again looking for something big here, maybe looking for that cannonball into the corner, looking for the into the void, but Eli Drake now with an air raid soaring to the Bomber. Now Eli Drake into the cover. No, only a 2 count for Dave Mastiff is still alive in this matchup. Great resiliency from Dave Mastiff. Now he's got Drake tied up into the top rope and slingshotted back dead center of the ring. And now Mastiff, fireman's carry, rolling senton to Eli Drake. Now Maston might be looking to put this match away here. Looking for something big. Double underhook. Tiger driver to Eli Drake. And to send Dave Mastiff into the finals for the championship here. 1, 2, and Eli Drake getting a kick out. Now Mastiff is grabbing Eli Drake by the wrist and just kicking him nonsensically. There's all the tips and tricks he can pick up from his fellow countrymen, like the British Strong Style, Tyler Bate, Pete Dunne, and Trent Seven. And now Dave Mastiff in firm control of Eli Drake, just wrenching the neck. But Drake able to break free out of it. Now Mastiff with a headbutt to Eli Drake. Into the cover, dead center of the ring. Immediate only 1 count from Eli Drake. And now Drake with a quick sucker punch right to the stomach of Dave Mastiff. Sweeping the leg. Immediately into firm control here. Looking for, I don't know, is that a regal stretch? I'm not too familiar with that submission right there. Now another running clothesline to the back of the neck of Eli Drake, and honestly thought that Mastiff was looking for his other finishing maneuver, the Into the Void, which is a running senton into the corner. And there's a clothesline from Eli Drake. And again, Mastiff is back in this match. So far, another clothesline from Drake. Kick to the gut from Mastiff. And now up on his shoulders. I was looking for that rolling senton, and he delivers it this time to Eli Drake into the cover to send Mastiff to the finals of the tournament and the semifinals, I mean. And Mastiff picking up a huge victory over Eli Drake. So now next week in the semifinal match, we're going to see Dolph Ziggler versus Dave Mastiff. That is going to be one hell of a match next week. Before we get to Breakout, where you see the Tiger pile driver.
Here is your winner, Dave.
There's no stopping Dave Mastiff when we may be looking at our next RCW champion in the Bomber, Dave Mastiff. Of course, in this next match, Curtis Axel picking up a big victory over Eric Young last week. These two putting on an absolute classic. Eric Young, the veteran, knowing that he needed a big time win and a victory in his career. And Axel realizing he needed the same thing for his career to get really taken into the next level. But first, Axel has to face off against Kevin Owens, the former Twitch TV champion. Of course, Axel coming out to his father's music. the legendary Kurt Hennig, Mr. Perfect.
Making his way to the ring from Chaplin, Minnesota, weighing in at 228 pounds, Curtis Axel.
Again, Curtis Axel picking up a huge victory last week over Eric Young. Both men absolutely battered and bruised, but Axel, realizing that he needed this more than Eric Young, was able to just sneak past the World of Class. Well, not even sure if sneaking out is even the correct word, but just getting the victory over the World Class Maniac Eric Young. But again, Axel has a much bigger opponent, literally and figuratively, that he has to deal with as opposed to Eric Young. Axel has to beat Kevin Owens in order to get to face Seth Rollins next week in the semifinals of the championship tournament. Now, as I mentioned earlier, that Kevin Owens is a former Twitch TV champion.
And his opponent from Maryville, Quebec, Canada, weighing in at 266 pounds, Kevin Owens.
What's funny about this is that Kevin Owens beat Dolph Ziggler to win the Twitch TV championship a number of years ago. As I alluded to earlier, that Ziggler is a former champion. Well, Kevin beat Ziggler in order to get that championship in a false count anywhere match. Kevin Owens hit a package pile driver with Dolph Ziggler on the outside, just next to the entranceway, to get the win and the championship. And just like against Eric Young, this is going to be no easy task for Curtis Axel to get to these semifinals. And immediately there, a sidewalk slam from Curtis Axel to Kevin Owens. This would be a huge upset again for Curtis Axel if he's able to pull this off against Kevin Owens. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to take the time now to put a spotlight on our sister company's spin out powerbomb there from Kevin Owens. Put a spotlight onto our sister promotion, General Admission Wrestling, GAW, that you can find every week on their YouTube channel, GAW Wrestling. They have the GAW Academy Storm Chaser Tournament, which airs every Wednesday, exclusively over on YouTube, as well as GAW Wednesday Night Storm. As this match continues to spill into the outside, we have to take a quick intermission. Don't go anywhere. And there we go, this match just getting back inside the ring now. There's a suplex there from Kevin Owens. Kevin realizing with this bye that he has in the championship tournament that he's in better position to become the next champion. And again, one of these two guys have to face a former RCW champion in Seth Rollins next week in order to get to the finals for the tournament. And again, for the women's and the world championship, those will be contested in a rounds match. which there'll be 6 5-minute rounds. And the first competitor to score 2 falls wins the match. And at any point, if the match ends in a disqualification or a countout, or a disqualification or a knockout, the match ends. And the championship will immediately be awarded to the winner of that match. As you saw, Kevin Owens going for a moonsault, but Axel getting the legs up. And another sidewalk slam from Curtis Axel. And next week's definitely going to be interesting because Curtis Axel putting on a hell of a run here in the championship tournament. Is a major underdog. And then Seth Rollins being a former champion. Again, being put against a gauntlet, having to work from the bottom and get his way back to the championship. So it's only inevitable these two are going to collide. There's the face buster there from Axel, but Owens getting the kick out. Back body drop there from Kevin Owens, and Kevin again going to the top rope. I don't know why he would go for it a second time. Didn't pay off the first time. And this time with his feet up, cannonball from the top rope. My goodness, and I talked about Dave Mastiff in our last match being agile as all get out. Back elbow there from Axel and running drop kick to a former Twitch TV champion. And back body drop there from Kevin Owens. Axel was looking for something big, a power bomb of sorts. Now Owens going corner to corner with Axel. Kick to the gut, a cannonball to Curtis Axel. And now Axel's dreams of being, I was going to say Axel's dreams of going to the championship may be shattered by Kevin Owens, but Axel was able to block it, whether Kevin Owens is going for the stunner or going for the pump-up power bomb. Axel is more or less on the run of his life right now. Trying to win the RCW championship. I don't know what, and I was going to say, I don't know what Axel has planned in mind here, but now I realize he's going to gain the ropes as a bit of an advantage. Hopefully that the referee does not see it, unlike Leo Rush grabbing the bottom rope in our opening contest against Dolph Ziggler. Scarfold here from Kevin Owens to Curtis Axel, keeping him grounded. Working the neck and the collarbone area. There's a right hand there from Axel, but trying to pick up Kevin Owens is not an easy feat. And now Owens with a pump-up powerbomb to Curtis Axel into the cover to go to the semifinals, and Kevin Owens ends the streak, the lucky streak of Curtis Axel. So now next week we will see Kevin Owens taking on Seth Rollins in the semifinal match. So either a former world champion or a former Twitch champion will be going for the World Championship against another former Twitch champion. So we got people all across the board, the 2 former Twitch champions and a former world champion, and then Dave Mastiff, who has not held a title here. So these final 4 are extremely interesting as we now get to our main event here. Fatal 4-way match, and the winner goes to face the winner of next week's Fatal 4-way. Rhino, Eric Young, Leo Rush, and Curtis Axel for the Twitch Championship at Breakout. And that fatal 4-way is coming up next. Again, this fatal 4-way is consisted of those who immediately qualify for the Twitch TV Championship. Bobby Roode, who lost to Eli Drake in the first round. Ace Austin, who lost to Leo Rush. AJ Styles, who lost to a great main event to our first episode. Seth Rollins, and then Randy Orton losing to Wade Barrett.
From Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
These four immediately qualifying for the Twitch TV Championship, this time in a fatal 4-way. Bobby Roode, a former TNA World Champion, former TNA World Tag Team Champion, of course, with James Storm as Beer Money. Bobby Roode could be 1 win away, 2 wins away from becoming the next Twitch TV champion. The glorious Bobby Roode as Twitch TV champion. AJ Styles, he's a bona fide legend in every promotion that he's been in, whether it's TNA, New Japan, Ring of Honor, WWE, and even into General Mission Wrestling. AJ, a legend over there in GAW. Was retired from retired from wrestling in general after his run in GAW. And then as soon as AJ heard that RCW was relaunching, he immediately signed the dotted line to sign back to RCW to hopefully change his fortune.
And from Toledo, Ohio, weighing in at 175 pounds, Ace Austin.
Of course, Ace Austin, again, I alluded to earlier with Leo Rush that Ace Austin lost his opening match in the tournament against Leo Rush. Ace Austin, a blue chipper in the wrestling industry, and I believe he's going to be champion here in RCW. Again, only a matter of time before he does. The former X Division champion over in Impact Wrestling. And the real scary part about Ace Austin, hey, he's not even 25 yet. He's 23 years old, and he's got experience beyond his years. But he's going to need all that experience taking on these other three men.
And from St. Louis, Missouri, weighing in at 250 pounds, he is the Apex Predator, the Viper, Randy Orton.
Randy Orton, another man who is just simply a legend in WWE. Multiple-time world champion. Two-time Royal Rumble winner, Mr. Money in the Bank. Randy Orton has done it all in WWE, and he put on the only memorable match of his first run here in RCW was that he put Dolph Ziggler through a hell of a match back at RCW Autumn Rumble kickoff show a number of years ago. I believe needing to put Ziggler through 4, I repeat 4 RKOs in order to win that match, and ironically enough be inserted into a fatal 4-way at the Autumn Rumble. So a familiar situation for Randy Orton when it comes to the Twitch TV Championship. And Randy Orton, just like every man in this fatal 4-way, turned their fate around to go for the Twitch TV Championship at Breakout. The Twitch TV Championships not going to be contested under a rounds match at Breakout, just so everyone's aware. It's only for the World and the Women's Championship. I don't even know where to begin to call this match. There's just chaos going everywhere in a fatal 4-way match. AJ looking for a backbreaker to Orton, but Orton able to counter it, and Ace Austin taking it to Bobby Roode for right now. And now Roode looking for a standing suplexing, but Ace Austin able to get off the back door into a Hurricane Run at a Roode. And Ace Austin again with a elbow to Bobby Roode, and now AJ had a hold of Orton. And swinging neck breaker from Orton, and possum pin there from Ace Austin, I believe, to Bobby Roode. As now Styles and Orton are on the outside of the ring, and the match continues back inside between Roode and Austin. Now Orton backing, or AJ in control of Orton right now. There's a ripcord lariat there from Bobby Roode to Austin, and the shoulder lariat to Orton. My goodness, this is going to be a lot more difficult than I thought it was going to be. And now Roode delivering a big time move to Ace Austin, as now Roode's turned his attention to Randy Orton. Now Roode with several kicks to the abdomen of Orton as AJ is back on his feet. Of course, these two had quite a rivalry back in TNA over the World Championship. AJ hitting a drop kick to, I believe, Bobby Roode. And now Orton looking for a superplex to Roode. And now Ace did have AJ in a Kimura, ascending Kimura lock very briefly. Headlock command there from Ace Austin, taking it to Randy Orton, and Orton almost fell into a cover on Bobby Roode. There's a takedown from Ace Austin. I know as soon as I continue calling the match here, I'm already being outdated for what I'm calling. Now Orton spilled to the outside. AJ, Ace up into the cover. And Ace immediately picking back up onto his feet. There's a stunner there from Austin. Not Stone Cold Steve Austin, looking from Ace Austin. And now it's a 2-on-1 assault here onto AJ Styles between Orton and Ace Austin. Again, they know the threat that AJ poses as a legend that was just coming out of retirement to be back into RCW. And now this match is nothing but chaos, but of course that's the name of the game, is letting chaos reign here. Letting them go at it. Now Ace going corner to corner. Referee better get out of the way. Now Ace sending AJ to the corner. The running clothesline from Ace Austin as Orton's continuing to work on Roode onto the outside, but Ace is climbing to the top rope. Not sure what he's looking for here. Looking for a drop kick or a famous throw of sort, but AJ turns into a power bomb. And again, Roode and Orton just continuing to battle it outside, and now AJ working the leg of Ace Austin, trying to neutralize that high flying acumen as Roode takes control of a spinebuster to Ace Austin. But AJ looking to hit the phenomenal forearm, and he's not able to do so yet. Now AJ climbing to the top rope regardless. Looking for a spinal tap. I believe he was trying to hit it onto Ace Austin, but he connected a little bit to Bobby Roode. And now AJ again looking for the phenomenal forearm to win this fatal four-way. Connects to Austin, but Orton's just coming to. And Randy's going to save this match. And his chance to go to breakout, backbreaker from Styles. And now Roode looking to hit the glorious DDT to Ace Austin. Into the cover now as Roode is working on Orton working on Styles. And unfortunately for Ace Austin, he's just a tackling dummy in this equation. Again, Roode working on Ace Austin here. Never turn your back on Orton, and Styles going to pay for it dearly. Northern Light suplex to Roode from Austin is now Ace starting to feel here, and Orton behind his back looking for hitting an RKO. And the kick connects to AJ. And an RKO to AJ Styles into the cover. Roode was there immediately to break it up. As I believe AJ is busted open here. And now all four men inside the ring, and Orton starting to feel momentum swing in his direction. Power slam to Bobby Roode. Standing rolling cutter from Ace Austin. And again, Ace is in firm control of Styles. Now Ace double underhook. Lung blower to AJ. Now I believe Orton collided hard with the steel ring steps. Now Ace is looking to put away AJ with into the fold. Or the fold rather. Into the cover now for Austin to win this fatal 4-way. And he does. Ace Austin is going to break out for the Twitch TV Championship. What a redemption for Ace Austin in this match. That Ace is able to get back into the title hunt after being eliminated very early on against Lio Rush. And now Ace has to deal with next week's Fatal 4-Way between Rhino, Eric Young, Lio Rush, and Curtis Axel.
Here is your winner, Ace Austin.
So we know Ace is going to break out. It's just a matter of against who. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to wrap it up for us here at Reign of Chaos Wrestling. We thank you everybody so much for watching. And we will see you right here next week on the Strike Zone.